Mr. Bergen, let me ask you a question. You had mentioned in your statement that, pardon me, that you felt it was a mistake that the administration had announced the surge in Afghanistan and basically at the same time announced that we're pulling out by this date. What do you think were the consequences of announcing that when they did? What could have or should have happened differently? So what do you think was actually the results of that?
Yeah, I mean, this is all in the context of tripling the number of troops in Afghanistan from 30,000 to 90,000, which has happened under President Obama. But unfortunately, people and the media, of which I'm part of, sort of seized on the part of the speech where it said the drawdown was going to start in July of 2011. And I think the problem with that is that Afghans do actually want us to stay, generally speaking. They're not happy about some of the things that have happened, but they see us as a guarantor that the Taliban won't come back and a guarantor that neighboring countries, whether it's Iran or Pakistan, don't take too much of, don't take too much of a role in the future of their country. And so, I think that in retrospect, that July 2011 was a mistake, which was why let's learn from our mistakes. When we announced the new level of troop numbers, and we've already negotiated the Strategic Partnership Agreement, let's point out that the Strategic Partnership Agreement is still 2024. And these are not combat troops. These are advisory troops, some people doing counterterrorism. So the concern about large numbers of American soldiers dying in post-2014, we've already seen the numbers are, they've gone, the numbers are very in single digits right now every month, as opposed to the much larger numbers we were seeing before. So I think just learn from this error, if possible.
Okay. Thank you. Let me shift gears. Recently, the Iran-Pakistan pipeline, also called the Peace Pipeline, gained some momentum. The pipeline was inaugurated this month in the southern Iranian port city of Chabot by President Ahmadinejad and President Zardari. And Iran offered Pakistan a loan of $250 to $500 million to work on the 781-kilometer portion of the pipeline inside Pakistani territory. Russia and China have also indicated their willingness to help Pakistan to construct the pipeline. And in January, U.S. Consul General Michael Dodman said the State Department would impose sanctions against Pakistan if it finalized the deal with Iran. Taking into consideration that once a country is dependent on a particular source for their natural gas supply, it's extremely difficult to change course. How do we assist Pakistan to diversify its energy sources in order to reduce its desire to partner with Iran? And would you recommend that the U.S. impose sanctions on the foreign companies that are involved in this pipeline project? And should U.S. assistance in Pakistan be conditioned on its continued support for the pipeline? I don't know, Dr. Kagan, if you want to take that, or whoever would like to. Dr. Markey?
Thanks. First of all, I would say, to me, the pipeline is deeply problematic, and there are all kinds of reasons to oppose it. It also appears to be a political stunt, and I believe it's a stunt by the Pakistani outgoing government to attempt to portray itself as more anti-American and more independent than many Pakistanis have believed up until this point. And it's also a stunt to try to show that they're doing something to meet Pakistan's energy needs that is tangible when they haven't met those energy needs over the past several years. And so in that category, and recognizing that this is a pipeline that is proposed to go across some of Pakistan's most difficult territory through Balochistan province, which is going to be very difficult to build, and I believe almost impossible to build, and certainly impossible to build on the timeline that they have in mind, I would suggest that while we should do everything to oppose the pipeline, including threatening sanctions should they turn it on, and including suggesting an alternative pipeline from Turkmenistan, TAPI pipeline, that would probably meet their energy needs as well or better and would pose none of the problems that this Iran pipeline does pose, that should be the package that we go ahead with. That doesn't mean imposing sanctions now, but it does mean leveling threats and making it clear that those sanctions would be imposed should they open up such a pipeline down the line. But as I say, it's years away if it ever happens.
Thank you very much. My time's about ready to expire, so I'll now turn to Mr. Wilson, gentleman from South Carolina, 5 minutes.